Hey friends, good morning. Day 17. There's Michelle. And here's our tent. Here's a tent. It's covered in frost. We had a cold night last night, and we're down in this little valley here. You can see the sun is coming up, but it's not going to hit us very soon at all. So we're thinking we're just going to pack up and go. And one of the important things that I did do, have been doing in these cold mornings is when you go to sleep, you need to take your water filter and stick it either in your sleeping bag, or if you have a little pocket on your sleeping bag, put it in there. Because if these freeze, they will cease working. They won't filter water anymore. We woke up and all the water bottles that we had with us were frozen. Michelle's has got lots of ice in it. And it's just a darn cold morning, so we're going to get out of here quick.
We're out.
Get to some sun and maybe have some breakfast somewhere. I cooked a cup of tea and it warmed my fingers for about 15 seconds. All right, see you in a while. One of the peaks over in the distance, and I think this might be near the Holcomb Valley, I believe is dolomite, limestone. We'll see as we get closer. I think we're going to go over that way. Well, here we are at our first real sighting of Big Bear Lake. After 2 days of being in, quote, Big Bear, here we are. That is Big Bear City, right through the trees there. You can see Snow Summit ski area, which just closed for the season. And then Big Bear Lake, the town of, straight ahead of us. And all the way down, it's kind of a long, sinuous lake, and the dam is right down at the end down there. Hey, here's a little shout out this morning with Big Bear Lake in the background. I did want to point out, and been thinking about it a lot. So in 1981, in the summer, Pam, my wife Pam, and I met out here working on the north side of the lake at a little YMCA camp called Bluff Lake, which is now gone, I guess. But we spent 3 summers out here, so I'm somewhat familiar with Big Bear. The town has changed a little bit, it seems, but yeah, so it's my shout out to Pam. She's been a great supporter on this trip. She's taking care of my resupply boxes. She's checking in, making sure we're all okay. And she's just a great, lovely lady. And so I will say hello here and look forward to hearing from her sometime today too. All right, bye. There's a pretty good sized quarry across the way there where I think they're mining dolomite. Anybody can correct me if that's not what it is. Well, we saw this solar panel from a little ways up the trail and wondered what it was. Turns out it's an open air composting toilet, and pretty luxurious with a big fence around it. Amazing. We are near a trail camp though, so that's probably why. And we'll be down there in a few minutes eating breakfast and eating lunch. That's right, we skipped breakfast. Had to get out of the snow and ice. Here's lunch, and I might have to describe it. We got a few dried mangoes off to the left, and in the middle is the naan bread with peanut butter powder that's been reconstituted, a honey packet, and what's on top, Michelle?
Fritos.
You got it. So we got a request for more active photo or video of the trail in front of us, just to see what it's like. And I would say this is pretty representative of the nicer parts of the trail we experienced today and yesterday. Kind of a powdery dirt surface, not a lot of rock, and pine needles. But then we'll run into really rocky sections that are more difficult to deal with. And you know, here's a good example of a log that was cut out, not this year, because many of the trees that fell, well, all the trees that fell this year are still sitting there, and they do require a walk around or over or under, and a little bit challenging sometimes. But there's a lot of the trail that's this beautiful park-like atmosphere in the Big Bear Reach. Haven't seen it so much elsewhere, but it's really nice. And I think we've got 20 to 30 miles of downhill, or gentle downhill, ahead of us. So feeling really good. Just finished lunch at the Little Bear Spring Trail Camp, which is another one of these trail camps set up for horses and horse packers. So here we go. Hey folks, here's Holcomb Creek. Nice little bubbling creek that we are crossing here. We got about a mile further to our campsite, and looking forward to it after seeing this. It's really beautiful. Here we are at our campsite. It came with a waterfall and a wading pool. And here goes Michelle. She's going right in. This water is not warm.
Not warm.
Oh, the polar plunge.
Oh, that was good.
Hey, good evening. Our last little post of the day. And we had a fortunate fix to a repair on Michelle's pole. So she had a trekking pole where the strap came off because the pin was gone. The pin fell out. And what we did was we took the pin off of this old grate that somebody left here at this campsite. We, we bent a piece of metal off of it until it broke, jammed it through there, repaired it. Didn't have anything else to work with, but that was cool. It worked. And I took my pack today, and the last couple of days sometimes has gotten tired and it starts to groan a little bit in the hip belt. So I took the hip belt, unclipped it, and I put Body Glide on it. So I think that'll kind of quiet it down. And this is our campsite tonight. We've got the 2 tents out there, as well as maybe you can hear the waterfall in the background that I showed earlier, and this sandy beach that we're camping on. It's fantastic. So that's it for today, and we will see you down the trail.